tell me a little bit about how this place started and how you got this big Buddha in here.
Well, this location, originally was, as you recall, it was called Jupiter Crab Company.
Right.
It opened in like 1984, right? I think 2 years after I arrived in this area from my family, and in high school I used to valet on the weekends here and at River House.
All right.
I worked for a company, so I knew the building. I was very familiar with it. But when we opened up Papi Chulo's,
All right.
the landlord that we have there, that is our partner in that property, he had mentioned that the lease was going to expire on this property, that the owner at the time was not going to renew the lease. He had a very successful run in the beginning, but had some health issues and decided not to renew the lease.
Okay.
So I quickly jumped in and started speaking with him. I tried to convince my partners to come in. At first, my partners didn't want to do it.
Right.
They're like, oh, no.
Right.
We have enough up here. We don't need to do it again. But after getting them inside and after talking with them, my partner, Scott, he was the one who said, look, the only way this will work is if we do something different, like, Asian.
Cool flair.
Let's go against the mainstream.
Sure.
Everybody's doing fish. Everybody's on the water. That's kind of steak and fish is kind of the staple.
Yeah.
So we got to do something completely different that people will, venture here.
Right.
And because of the location, the way it looked, we kind of, all of us could see that it had a kind of an old, cool, unique feel. You couldn't duplicate this build out.
Right.
And so we were like, okay, let's do it. So after I got them on board, we were able to get with the owner of the property, who has taken a really an interest in us, I would say.
Okay.
He's an interesting individual, lives in Jupiter Island, moved here from Seattle, grew up in an orphanage, went through put himself through the Navy, self-made.
That's awesome.
But he's in his 70s, and this is like fun for him. So we actually include him in every meeting.
Oh, wow.
He's part of all of our.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's part of our group,
Yeah.
and so some of these ideas in here are actually his ideas,
Oh, that's awesome.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is
so
cool.
we really enjoy working with him, and so that's it really was a group effort. When
Cool.
it came to the design, we hired a designer, but really it was kind of us working with her, and
Sure.
kind of like her pulling all of our ideas, because we all have different
Right,
ideas,
of course.
and pulling it all together,
Awesome.
and creating what is now Blackbird Modern Asian.
That's awesome.
Yeah.